Hey guys, I'm back with another one. This one's a midweek catch up. UFC is out for another 3.5 weeks, so we have a lot of time to fill here, guys. Probably catch me talking about the B leagues a lot on the downtime. Speaking of B leagues, I've got the GFL loaded up right here. Um, I've been looking into this league a little bit to see how exciting it could be. Talked it over with Jason and a few other colleagues, and basically we all come to the same conclusion. It looks like a bunch of older guys that can't make it in the UFC or got dropped from the UFC coming over here to still make some splashes, get some paychecks, and see how that goes out. Now, just taking a look at their mission statement here, redefining combat sports, future of fighting begins here. GFL is revolutionizing the combat sports with a global team based league that shares 50% of event revenues with fighters and prioritizes their health, wellness, and retirement. This groundbreaking league unites fans, fighters, and creates MMA's most passionate community. Now, I don't see how they can state that. It sounds like they just took what Jake Paul's been saying about improving the fighters' pay and pensions and just kind of ran with it and made a league. Now, diving in a little bit more, and as you can see here in their mission statement, they're going to pay out 50% of the revenue. Uh, now, that could be bigger paychecks. That could be quite a bit smaller paychecks. What if they don't sell at the arena? What if they're not selling out pay-per-views? How does that actually gonna work? Are they just gonna split, $100,000, $200,000 against a 10-person roster, giving them only half? So what if they made 200 grand, 100 grand split between 10 people? What is that, 10 grand each? That seems like, undercard pay for some UFC fighters. So we'll actually have to see how that plays out. I'm just kind of curious. I think it's not going to be the big payday they're expecting, at least not at the beginning. Now, looking at the fighters, they have quite a bit of divisions here. Um, all the way from heavyweight all the way down to bantamweight. Now, they don't necessarily have a lot of fighters signed for each category, like light heavyweight. We're only seeing 4 fighters. Um, Heavyweight was actually pretty stacked. They actually had quite a bit and a bunch of familiar names and faces that we've seen, including Frank Mir, uh, Junior Dos Santos, and a few others, Greg Hardy. So they are going to have some guys who can bang, some guys maybe who don't have the chin they used to, but still making waves. I'm not sure if we're going to get exactly what we're expecting out of this. The way they base it, it's teams, and it's gonna be like a point system. So you get 3 to 5 points for your win, depending on how you finish the match, or if it went to decision or stoppage. And I believe those points go to your team. So it's gonna be kind of like the NFL. We're gonna have, teams, not necessarily like Cowboys, Patriots, or anything like that. We're actually they're gonna make up their own teams. I'm just assuming that each one of these guys is a team captain for a team and that they're going to use the draft to pick up to 120 people for the whole league. And that could be exciting, especially when we're talking about global, not just the United States. So, them having base camps with maybe some base stadiums to play out of could make things a lot easier for them. However, to me, still the B League. You're not UFC, you're not one championship, you're the B League. UFC is not going to trade with you like they did one, which would make them the alternative league. This is just going to be Bellator, PFL, B League stuff, in my opinion. Now, how does the pay structure work? We'll actually have to wait and see. Will it get more exciting? I know that the one good thing about this is they are independent contractors to the truest sense, meaning that if a super fight comes up, um, BKFC, UFC, Bellator, boxing match, jiu-jitsu comes up, something big dollar comes up, they're allowed to take that. So that's pretty nice. UFC, Dana's usually got those guys as independent contractors on paper, but they're contracted to the UFC and they can't fight outside the league until their contracts are up. So this is going to actually change that a little bit. So that could be exciting. That means if Tyrone Woodley looks really good, he's just starching some people. Hey, there's an opportunity for him to go to one or go to UFC and be back in a big spotlight again. Now, if these guys are just moving over to PFL or Bellator after this, then that makes them the C League. So I wouldn't do any trading or any negotiating with B leagues. I would just try to keep it top tier, guys, if I was a fighter here. Now, that being said, we'll just kind of have to wait and see how this plays out. I think January 6th is when we'll actually see the draft show up and see how that works, see if they give us a little bit more information on how things play out. And then April. So we're not even going to actually see an event until April. I hear they have 10 pre-booked. Now they just got to get the fighters, get them matched up, and see how that kind of plays out. So we've got a little bit of time before we actually see some fights. But hey, we got a lot of action going on. Right before UFC starts back up, they'll have their draft. So we'll watch the draft. I'll do a video on that, see if we can get some more information on GFL as the time gets closer to January 6th. And then we'll try to we'll cover it as long as it's exciting, guys. So if we get some exciting fights, I don't mind covering it. Until then, we'll just have to kind of wait. So so far so good. I think it could be exciting if the old heads are going to be more of team captains and coaches. I think that could be good. If they're planning on fighting as well, well, hey, it could go either way. If some of these guys just get starched, we already knew why the UFC cut them. So again, we'll wait until January, see how the draft goes, and then we'll tune in April to watch a few of their fights and see how that looks. See what the rings, see what the judging is, see how those point systems actually add up, and see if it plays out. All right, guys, if you made it this far in the video, please go ahead and hit the subscription button. Go ahead and put a like on this video, and then hit the notification bell so you know when more videos drop. This one's just a short, simple one, kind of just a brief cover of what the GFL kind of looks like. And then we'll keep going on this. Let me know in the comments, guys. What do you think about the GFL? Is this just B League stuff to you as well? Is any of this exciting to you? Again, let me know in the comments. Let's break this algorithm and see if we can get some more growth on this channel. When we hit 50, start doing a lot of live videos together. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.